Good morning and welcome to Hot Seat. I'm Scott Mitchell. My guest this morning is the superintendent of Seiling Public Schools, Dr. Kyle Reynolds. Dr. Reynolds, good to see you, sir.
Great to be here. Thanks for the invitation, Scott.
The path we're on right now, how long do you think it would take with this governor, the new leadership at the Department of Education, that we can start to see, and I guess I'm asking in terms of years, right, before we start to see a reversal of the trends that have Oklahoma being regarded as bad for education?
That is an excellent question, and we have talked a lot about this. A lot of people are talking about the Mississippi miracle. Is it Mississippi? And we think that happened overnight, but they will tell you that was a marathon, and it takes time to put systems and structures and supports in place. The 50th thing, whether or not we believe in that, that's out there, that's a perception, and I think we're off to a good start to correct that. And I appreciate the governor appointing Mr. Fields, someone who is not running for office. His focus is solely internal in the department and for education in Oklahoma. And so he understands his job is to get everything prepped and ready for the next person.
That brings up an excellent point, which is when the governor made the decision with Dr. Fields, he wanted somebody who was not going to be seeking public office. Mm-hmm. There's also been some discussion from the governor about, we elect everybody. We have an enormous amount of statewide candidates. There's never a proper vetting for voters. They'll see some 30-second commercials the last week for some very important offices. Do you think this is something that has brought to the forefront an issue about maybe bureaucrats aren't a bad thing? Maybe making sure that somebody is just put there to do a job without the politics around them, that may be something that helps, especially in the education field moving forward, that we should pursue a discussion?
I think it's a pretty valid point, and I didn't think I would ever say that, but in Oklahoma our voter turnout is so low, and with the closed primary issue, then it limits the number of people who are selecting those elected officials. And really, education needs to be out of politics. That's not something that needs to be a political football, and we feel like that's what we've been for the last year and a half or so, a couple of years. So, and that's what has helped cause a lot of the chaos, because memos and statements and directives have gone out from the department. The superintendents in the field have to react to that. And it's not reacting to it by changing what we're doing internally, because we're going to educate kids. It's reacting to it in terms of trying to allay the fears of the community and our patrons, all of our stakeholders, that we're doing what we need to do in the classroom. And I got hit up at one point, an older lady at church, and she said, "Kyle, would you do me a favor? Would you get the Pledge of Allegiance back in our schools, please?" And I said, we do that every day. But it's a political narrative that is out there that we're somehow corrupting the minds of our kids. But we get in there, we follow the state statute, we say, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, the Oklahoma flag salute, and remain standing for a moment of silence to pray, meditate, or engage in other silent activity. We do all of those things. So that promoting of a false political narrative out there made our jobs a lot tougher. So that's why I say now we feel like we can turn back to our schools full time and not have to deal with a lot of the noise that used to be out there.
Thanks for watching Hot Seat. You've just seen the TV version of Hot Seat, but there's a very long and involved conversation with Dr. Reynolds right now at news9.com and news6.com, and follow me at Mitchell Talks.